This episode is sponsored by Davis Construction, the Commercial Painting Industry Association, and Viva HR.
So how did you figure out how to kind of monetize your business? Like, I want to kind of hit on that aspect of it for a second, right? Because a lot of people will have a great idea. They say, hey, I know that we can help people with the skill set we have, right? With the gifts that God gave us. How did you figure out how to like turn that into an actual business though?
Yeah, a lot of coaching and support from other people.
Good.
I have a couple of my friends that are in the coaching and like they're mentors in their industry. And it was kind of one of those things. It was one of my friends that came to me. She told me, she's like, why don't you monetize this? And I'm like, I don't even know what you're talking about. And I don't even know how I would want to do that, you know? So it did take a while of me like trying to figure out like what angle did I want to come from and like how did I want to do that? But really whenever I just sat with myself for a while, you know, right? COVID was going on. So many things were shut down. So we really didn't have time to weren't capable, I guess, of going to all the places that we wanted to go to. So I had a lot of quiet time at home to try and figure this out. And it was kind of just one of those things that I just got real with myself. It's like, what do I love doing and what does not exhaust me? Because, you know, if I was going to start something new, I wanted to know that I could sustain it and that this could be with me for the rest of my life rather than, you know, massage therapy. I loved it. I loved my clients. I loved serving them. I loved helping them. I loved what I was doing, but I'm just like, I physically couldn't do it anymore. And so, so I just kept thinking about it. I'm like, I'm a people person. Like I can be around people all day long. Some people are opposite. People drain them. And so, really that kind of just came to, okay, what, and then what is it right now that I could do, you know, like you mentioned earlier, like the pandemic, like we didn't know what was going to go on, how long it's going to happen. Like, I don't even know if it's done and over yet. I don't even know. Right.
Nobody knows if it makes you feel any better.
Yeah. So it's like, what is something that's going to be smart that I can have, like I said, forever, that's going to stand now if something does happen again, that I can still be working and doing what I'm doing if a pandemic does hit or if it does come back around or whatever, you know? So that's whenever I was like, okay, it needs to be in the online space and it needs to be something that I can make it very clear, like this, like it has to be systematized, you know?
Which is good.
Yeah. And then I just kept going back to like the questions that I kept getting asked in that Facebook group that I created of just like wanting just to genuinely just be able to help people. Like I would get DMs all the time. Cayle, I'm at the grocery store. Which peanut butter should I buy? And I'm like, well, the one that has the less amount of ingredients and this, you know? And so it's like, I was always getting these messages of like, the questions of like, what's better for me? Like I'm trying to buy a multivitamin. Which one should I buy? I'm literally at the nutrition store right now. What protein powder should I buy? So like those were the questions that I was getting asked. So it's like, okay, it makes sense to monetize in a way that like just putting together all the material of what I was getting asked all the time and then putting into, you know, packaging it up and putting a cute little bow on it and being like, here's what I have to offer. This is how I can help in a way that I know that people are already struggling with.
Yeah. No, that's really good.
To watch the full episode, download Overdrive, now available on the App Store and Google Play.